All right, so today it's Tech Friday. Yay! We're going to be talking about CES 2025, which is wrapping up today. I think most of the big announcements have happened. If there are any, we'll try to find out during the break. If there's anything else that we need to talk about. Mainly going to talk about things that are of interest to what I normally talk about, and also some of the weird stuff that I found. I There's no way I could go over everything. There's just too much stuff. But mostly I sourced from Ars Technica, Engadget, and Tom's Hardware. And so I have articles for you that kind of explain. I think I got articles from those sites where they explain better what the product is than the product page, if there's one available for it already. And so I will bring those up. Also, side note, nothing I mentioned, I'm not paid for by any of these companies. None of this is sponsored content. This was just stuff I liked or thought was really weird. And I could have missed a few things here and there. That's fine. But the first thing I want to talk about is microphones. Yeah. Now, we'll probably be talking more about video stuff when NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters, I'll get it right one day, when their conference comes out. When is that? That is more industry focused, but we tend to see a lot of that stuff come to things that we can use. So it's a good look into the future. Let's see here. It will be. It's in April, so it's a ways off yet. But when that comes by, we'll have another big Tech Friday on all the announcements there. Because they cover broadcast, media, and entertainment industries. And we see a lot of tech around that. And it's really, really excellent stuff. All right, I think that's all the disclaimers I need. So, microphones. Sure, had a couple of things there. There's one in particular I want to talk about. And you can get this now. Make sure this is the right one. Nope, sure had two announcements. Hold on. Let me. Oh, yes. No, this is the right. Sorry, I had to reread my microphone. Okay. First up is the Shure mic, the MV7i. Now, as the article's from Engadget, and as the title says, put a 2-channel audio interface inside its latest MV7 microphone. This is cool. So you could attach, say, another microphone to this, or a mic and have a mic and an instrument plugged in to one thing. And they have software that that you can use to mix those signals in. So you would just need your laptop and this microphone, plus maybe another mic. And if you have an instrument that can plug in, you can do that too. And that's pretty cool. Also, it has a customizable LED touch panel that shows levels and acts as a mute button. That's directly from the article. It offers 60 decibels of gain and 48 volts of phantom power. That's pretty cool. USB-C output, so you can put it in with your Mac or, mobile device. That would be good for a mobile podcast rig, plus the second mic into that. Yeah, yeah. It's really, really kind of cool. Let's see here. What else? What are the other talking points here that they bring up? Auto level mode with smart gate, real-time denoiser, digital pop filter, all those things. You still probably want to get a physical pop filter on the thing. Uh, yeah, you have a few mix down options as well. And so, yeah, it's $349, so it's expensive, but it's a lot in one package. And it doesn't come with a stand, so you'll also have to get a stand. But that's a lot of power in one mic. And that could cut down on all the equipment that you need to bring with you anywhere. And that's kind of cool. And now, related to this was another company that did a microphone that had microphones inside it, if you will. And I hadn't heard of this company before, but they've probably been around a while. Air Studio One, that debuted at CES 2025. It's an all-in-one tool for music creators looking to record vocals when on the go. So you get one mic, multiple things, right? So an audio interface, a wireless USB-C dongle, and a pair of true wireless headphones. And the idea is you can record a vocal without any additional hardware. There's a companion app on your phone that you can set all the things with. And so we're starting to see this little trend of, and here is the article again from Engadget. We're starting to see a couple of microphones that do more than just be a microphone. We've gotten to the point where technology can give you a good sounding mic without it being the whole thing. And we can add other things into it to give you less to carry when you're going around. And, you can look at Rode and look at something like what they announced recently that we talked about, the wireless micro, which is a little box, 2 microphones, 1 transceiver. Again, all the software is on your phone. $150, and you have a good sounding two mic audio recording. And if you're looking for that, here's that. But the all-in-one mic is kind of interesting, and we may see more of these as we go throughout the year. I wouldn't be surprised if Rode, even though they have kind of their own pocket-sized solution for capturing audio. One moment. Excuse me. Even though Rode has their pocket-sized solution, they might do something like this, or sneezing today, or DJI might have some. I might be done sneezing. So, or DJI might have something like this as well, where it's just one microphone, and then you set up yourself for various use cases. Hey, we have a product for this. And yeah, it, you know, was only a couple years ago that the microphone, that was the whole thing. This big thing was all dedicated to giving you great sound. But now we can put other things inside the body of the microphone and give you great sound. And I thought that was pretty cool. So we could see more of that in the future, or just in this year, actually. All right. Next up is HDMI 2.2. We talked about this before on the show. I got two articles for you because they kind of explain different things about it. One from Engadget, one from Ars Technica. And the spec was officially released at CES 2025. You'll start seeing things branded with it, and all you need for it is a cable that's capable of doing it. You don't have to get something with new ports in it. It works in the standard HDMI port we have in many of our devices. And there's you'll probably see the branding Ultra 96, and that means you can use it for 8K TVs or something should you need an 8K TV. But there's the Engadget article with details. And here's the Ars Technica one. I can get it going. Yeah, and these are really going to be useful in pumping better signals to our devices that can display the better signals and just more efficient. And again, something you got to think about now, and mark your cables differently if you're taking advantage of this. You might want a little labeling system and go, oh, this is HDMI 2.2, because it might not actually say it on the cable itself. So yeah, just something to be aware of and keep track of. I don't think anyone really has an 8K TV yet, nor really needs one. I don't know. Maybe you do. All right. What else we got today? Got that. We also, let me refresh my page a second here. All right. We also have NVIDIA made a bunch of announcements. They had a whole talk on new cards coming out and everything. We have a couple things around their new cards that I want to mention. But the thing that impacts the most people is that NVIDIA DLSS 4 is coming to all their RTX cards. Basically so they announced the 50 series. So this covers the 40 series, the 30 series, down to the 20 series. All of them will be able to take advantage of this new technology. It's a real-time image upscaling technology, and so it's coming to all the cards. Up to the RTX 20. RTX 20 series, sorry. And here's the article about that. So they also announced their 50 series cards, and they're the like the 5090, which is the new big flagship, which is almost $2,000, arrives later this month, and yeah, that's almost the cost of a whole computer on its own. And they showed a graphic of how I think the 5070 is faster than the 4090. Well, according to this person, it's goes by Jay's 2 cents. That may not be the case, or at least it's not as fast as their advertising due to how hardware works and things like that. So let me copy that. And here's the YouTube video explaining it in detail. So if you want to find out about the 5070 compared to the 4090 and get a better understanding of how that all works and why their marketing graph may not have been as accurate as it should have been. All right, and that's kind of the big important stuff that will more likely affect streamers and podcasters and people that come on in here in general. At CES also saw a bunch of video game systems, portable video game systems. The first thing I want to talk about is the Legion Go S, which will come in a Windows version, but also will have Steam OS on it, and that'll be the cheaper one. As Steam OS, Valve has opened up all sorts of devices to be able to use Steam OS. And this could change a lot of how you look at a lot of devices, because Windows 11 doesn't seem that great for portable handhelds, but it's what was there kind of to be able to play all the cool games. But now you can use Steam OS. And if you still want the Windows 11 experience, you can get that. But the Legion Go S will be the first to be powered by Steam OS. So yeah, that's exciting that that's coming to more things. Definitely check that out, especially if you want a portable game player. Like kind of like a Steam Deck, but not not the actual Steam Deck type thing. The other one, a new one that's come out, is Acer has introduced the Nitro Blaze 11, which is an 11-inch screen, portable thing. It has the two joysticks on the side. It does have a built-in kickstand. It has quite a lovely display as well. And they also have the Nitro Blaze 8. So if the 11 is a little unwieldy for your portable needs, you can get a slightly smaller one. And let's see here. This one. And if you want to fill up that retro gaming goodness, a company called My Arcade has announced the Game Station Retro. They have a bunch of versions. Jory, hello. Welcome on in. They have a bunch of versions of this coming out. Game Station Retro Go, Game Station Retro Pro, Game Station Retro Mega. Let's see here. They come over 100 video games. Let's see here. You can play Street Fighter 2 on this, Mega Man, Final Fight, Pole Position, Dig Dug, lots of others. They had a booth at CES. So there's that's from their website. And then there was one more that I'm surprised I didn't put in here. I think I thought I put it in, but I didn't. Let me look it up. Let me close a few tabs, though, while I'm at it. Or was it the Game Station? It might be the Game Station Go. Yeah, so it's the Game Station Go, has Atari branding on it, and you can play all the old Atari games. So, yep, that link that I put in has it all. So it has all the functions of an Atari 2600. And if you are old enough to remember these things, there was a trackball you could get, a number pad along with a regular joystick. This has shoulder buttons on it and 3 pads, number pad. This is a pretty cool device for retro gaming. Let's see, you're priced at $150. The Atari Game Station Go. So something like 200 titles from various Atari generations. It might have some Intellivision titles in it as well. And you get the specific controllers. And there are a few versions, as you can see, of the Game Station handhelds available already. So yeah, definitely check it out. My Arcade is the company that makes them. Atari, they can brand stuff Atari through whatever deal they have with Atari. But yeah, uh, out of what they have right now, the Game Station Go would be fantastic. And there could be possibilities of getting other games on it as well. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. All right, what time we got? All right, we're doing good, doing good. Still got a long ways to go here. If you're looking at displays, there was a lot of TV announced, or a lot of TVs announced. One we'll get to, which I find kind of weird. Actually, it is very strange decision making into why this occurred. But first up, if you've heard about TCL's Next Paper tech, they have something that can look like e-ink, but also an LCD display. And so they announced their NXT Paper 11 Plus tablet, which has the Next Paper 4.0 screen on it. And it's just an update to that line. These look like pretty cool devices. You're looking for a tablet that can kind of do both e-ink and LCD. There's a few of these out there. That is definitely something. And then along the same lines, or similar lines, at least display technology lines, and this is in Tom's Guide. Hey, JD Lady, welcome on in. We have the Samsung stretchable display, which stretches up this way. Someone decided Friday afternoon was a good time for me to do some training. Oh boy. Well, glad you're here, and hope training went okay for you. We're just covering some displays that happened. So here is the Samsung stretchable display. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the wrong thing. I was thinking of something else. This is the weird display. Sorry, I was thinking of something else entirely. So the Samsung, so let's reverse this. This is the weird display I was just mentioning. The Samsung stretchable display, kind of, it looks like it has like a little bubble in the screen, and so stuff can kind of come at you, and it presses against the screen, forming a little bubble outside the image. There shows a shark, pressing up against the screen, and then they have this breaking glass graphic in front of it. And I'm like, that why would we get this? Maybe there's a marketing purpose for this display, but as far as something in your home, something coming at you and then your display kind of bubbles up in various locations, I don't see the appeal. But hey, if you want to be like you're watching 3D and not quite 3D because it's just stretching the screen out and it's coming closer towards you, uh, there you go. Uh, Again, this goes into, hello, kitty. You down here? Or am I just hearing you meow from far away? Yeah. So, yeah, that's one of the weirder things to be shown, especially by a company like Samsung. Uh, you know, just something to look at. Hold on, my cat is. You come here, kitty. Come here. Well, you have to be on screen for a little bit. Hey, calm down. You're all right. You're all right. Here's Hannah. Everybody take a good look. She's on go. So we get a couple seconds with her. Hi, Rex. Okay, you've been very good. You can get down now. There you go. Don't eat the green screen. Talked about this. Hello, Hannah, and they're human, right? Yeah, she's 3 years old, weighs about 8 pounds. Kitty. Might have to do more with Kitty. Anyway, so back to the topic there. That was Hannah's joining us for the stream. And hi, Rex. So yeah, the Samsung stretchy display that stretches towards you. No idea what you would do with this, but it exists now. So let's see here. Did I put in the display? I did not. There is a laptop now. I didn't think I'd be talking about this, but that its display, it has two 16:9 screens, but it raises up like this. So it's on top of the other one. So you get, two screens instead of, unfolding like that, or one on top of the other. All right. Next up, Anker, maker of portable chargers, announced two. I gotta take care of my cat. Hold on, he's meowing a lot. Enjoy the chair. Be right back. Okay, Kitty seems to be doing good. All right, so we're talking about Anker portable chargers. They announced two of them, and honestly, these are pretty cool. They announced two at CES, and you can find both of them at this link on their website. We'll talk about both. And they're relatively inexpensive for what they do. I mean, the first one here, the 140-watt 4-port, is $90. There's a $10 off coupon floating around as well. But that ends in 3 days, so you can get it for around $79. And what's cool about this one, the first one that the link goes to, is the digital display on top. Now, not only does it do, power charging and it won't overcharge things, it can also give you a display of how fast it's charging. It can monitor the temperature of the, making sure that devices aren't heating up or the batteries aren't overheating. It even has a little animated emoticon on it. It can show you its total operating time. You can rotate it so you can have it vertically or horizontal. You just press the button and the display changes what orientation it's at. And there's 4 ports on it, which is fantastic. They claim that it plugs into the wall better than other 4-port chargers and will most likely stay in there and not do the thing where they kind of bend down because of their weight. So they claim to have solved that. And so this one would be if you go to a lot of conventions or do a lot of work things and you're going to be somewhere, or maybe even just in your own home, but you're going to be somewhere and you have few devices to charge and you need to do work. This would be great if you're spending time doing work in a hotel room or somewhere else at a convention. you're in some sort of workspace. This one would be great for that. I really like the design. I really like what they're saying about it. I've used Anchor charging ports before. They're a well-trusted brand in it. The other one, which is the 165 watt one, has a retractable cable, and according to their marketing, is about the size of a soda can, or a pop can, if you will, when you want to use the right words. So here's the other one, and it has a retractable cable, so you don't even need to bring a separate cable. It has one in there. It has a loop to attach it to things. And this is really for maybe you're going hiking or you're on a longer trip and you just need to charge up somewhere. You need to pull over, charge something up. This will do it. It's lightweight. Up to 4 ports again. Has a lot of the same features, except it's smaller. You could take it with you, like if you're out on a picnic, say, like their marketing picture shows under the Power for Adventures tab. But yeah, so they have these two new power banks, both designed with slightly different use cases. And yeah, they both have the little digital screen on it, and I'm kind of impressed. The design is cool, and you can get $10 off of either one you decide to get. Those are pretty neat. And before we get into some of the stranger stuff, you may have seen the story that there is a D&D pinball game out. Well, this was announced officially at CES 2025 by a company called Stern. Again, from Engadget. There you go. And one of those things that's neat to look at, and hopefully an arcade gets you. But one of the neat things, though, is there's an app that you can log in with using a QR code, and you can like level up your character over time, and save your progress on your machine. Face on, hello, welcome on in. And let's hear. It says here, when you first start, you choose a character and location, and those choices will affect the goals you need to achieve. So yeah, you can save. Let's see here. They say Stern specifically say that its new pin save system will let you save character experience points, inventory items, and game campaign progress across multiple games, all in a pinball machine. So hopefully there's a local arcade that picks this up, because honestly, that would be kind of cool. I believe it's like $7,000 if you want to buy your own. So it's really impractical. Just to get. Oh, they're only making 740 in total. So there's $7,000 for the Pro Edition, and up to $12,999 for the limited edition. Wow. So yeah, if your local arcade gets one, cool, have fun with it. Maybe it's great. I no idea. It does look pretty neat though. Probably sell out immediately, right? I mean, there is a market for big ticket items. We can't deny that segment of marketing exists, even though it's most likely not most of us, but there. Friend who has a couple pinball machines really wants it, but just can't justify the cost. Yeah, right. but there is a market for these things out there. That's why that's why companies sell the expensive dice that can cost hundreds of dollars and things like that, because people will buy them. Um, it's just not a market I'm in. All right. Now we're going to get into. Well, wait. Before we get into the weirder stuff, one more announcement that coincided with CES is that Dell Computers is saying goodbye to the XPS model, and they'll no longer be making this from Ars Technica. No longer be making XPS things. They're kind of going with so there'll be different branding. There'll be Dell and Dell Pro branded displays and services, and a Pro Max line. So kind of like Apple. Uh, but yeah, so look for that change. Yeah, Dell Pro, and Dell Pro Max. So change in branding for 2025. And people really like their XPS machines, so hopefully they're just kind of taking that XPS design sensibility and changing the name of it. Yeah, so quick mention in there of that, because it's kind of important to cover. All right, but now we get into some of the weird things, or at least the stranger things. First, not again Samsung making choices. This is unfortunately an AI robot. Is launching first half this year, but it's called the Bally AI robot. This is from Tom's Guide. It's this sort of roundish tennis ball looking thing. It's a rolling bot. Can project stars on your ceiling, show off directions, or project meetings on a wall. I have an array of cameras and sensors. This is all from the article. And we're not sure on the price or anything yet. So yeah, that's sort of the lightly strange things. Then we start getting into a little more unusual things. Springleaf, hello. You're in time for the weird stuff. First up, now there's quite a few robots came out, so we'll be covering them, and some of them seem a little more useful than others. Some are quite strange. And this thing is called the Moon Buddy, and this is from let's see, what do they call themselves? Moonbird Life. This is their second product. It's aimed at kids, but I don't know why I would get this one over the one they made for adults. Because you can get like a little bear covering or a little bird covering for it. And it's for relaxing before bedtime, breathing exercises, has changeable sleeves. So like I said, the bird or the bear right now, and other routines. And they focus at kids, but I'm thinking adults would use this because it has cute adorableness around it. And if you some reason you don't want the cute adorableness, you can just take the egg-shaped thing out and use that. There's no app, no Bluetooth or Wi-Fi emitted, and it's just meant to be sort of a calming thing, right? Their original product is called Moonbird, which I think has an app and a lot more accessories. Your guide to calm breathing and restful sleep, but it doesn't have adorable things you can put over it, adorable skins like the bird or the bear. Uh, and it's like $100 cheaper, the Moon Buddy compared to the Moon Bird. The Moon Bird is a fairly simple advice. It has a little more biofeedback, so it does do a little more things. It's just not as cute. And there's an app if you really want to track things, but it's not as cute. And there's their original product, the Moonbird. So yeah, I mean, most people I know would go for the Moon Buddy because you could. Well, okay, Lady Luck wouldn't get the bear skin, but there's the bird one, or there looked like there was a dinosaur possibly coming out in the background of one of the images. But yeah, most people I know would probably dig that. So if you want a simple relaxation, save yourself some money and get the Moon Buddy. So yeah, that's kind of neat. Robot things. There were a bunch of robot vacuums announced, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 different robot vacuums. One could go upstairs. I think a couple of them had arms that could grab things and put like little trash in the wastebasket. All sorts of new sensors. So if you want to look those up, you can. But a lot of vacuum robots. So if you want to see those are there. Let's see here. Let's look at this one. This is also adorable. It does have AI, but you can switch it off, or it comes switch off. One of the two. And this is kind of like a Furby, except more advanced. And this is called Ropet. You can get different furs for it. Has big bright eyes. It can look at you happy, sad, all those things. And it's adorable. It's round. There's a Kickstarter campaign. There's a basic and a pro version. The Kickstarter is still going if you really want one. It does have a Chat GPT interface in it, but you can turn it off. In fact, to use it, you don't even have to have it connect to the internet. So if you don't want it, that's optional. And it's according to the article, its little button nose is a camera that uses for face and object recognition. And it'll remember other people too. And all the data, according to this article, all the data is stored and processed locally, meaning it never leaves the device itself. So if that's true, yay, good. It's adorable. You can shut off Chat GPT, which is another big bonus. But yeah, these are pretty adorable. Oh, it's break time? Well, we're gonna cover another robot here before we take a break. And then when we come back, we still got more to go through. We're going to talk about one more company called, I think it might be Yukai Engineering, Yukai. They're a Japanese company. And they made 2 announcements at CES. Again, kind of the robot thing going on here, or the cute, adorable thing. They have a Nekojita Fufu, which is an attachable mini robot that you attach to a mug. It looks like a cat, and it blows on your hot drinks to cool them down. Take a look at it. It's really it's a really unique thing, and you can put it on any, according to their website, you can put it on any food where the user's liking if it has a straight edge. Let's see here. The robot's name combines the Japanese words, which basically means the first part means cat tongue, and fufu and onomatopoeia, imitating the sound of steady breath blowing. So yeah, there's that. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll talk about their other thing. So we'll just split this in 2, and we have more to talk about. So be right back in 5 minutes. Thank you all for coming on in. Enjoy the break. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good break. Cypher, hello, welcome on in. Good to see you. You're in time for the weird stuff at CES. We're going through some robots, or robits, if you prefer. Cracks me up. We were talking about a company that had 2 announcements at CES, and one is a cat that blows on hot drinks. So it's a little plastic cat about this big, sits on a mug, and it will just blow on hot drinks for you. Yeah, I'll put the link back in chat. There, so that's they had 2 announcements at CES. That's their first one. It has an internal fan. And so this is great marketing. Portable robot that blows on hot drinks, food to cool them down. Designed to help people who have highly heat-sensitive tongue. The robot generates cool breath with an internal fan and uses the special logarithm fooing system to randomize its blowing strength and rhythm in the way humans might, while effectively lowering food's temperature. Yeah. Just finished reading the article about Dell killing the XPS line. I love my XPS ultralight laptop. Yeah. I was saying that I hope that some of their future products are still, fine, change the name, but keep that XPS design language, because they did some very good things with the XPS line. And so I hope they keep up with that. But yeah, if I'm looking for a laptop, the XPS line is always one of them I look at. All right, the other robot this company announced is called the Mirumi, Mirumi. So I might be messing that pronunciation up. It's a clip-on robot, and it can turn its head around to look at bystanders. It'll dip its head down if it's feeling shy. It doesn't blink, so it's like an infinite stare. So it's adorable, but now that I know about the infinite stare thing, I don't know. Uh, but yeah, it just has arms. You can make it cling to whatever, your wrist or a purse or whatever, and it'll just kind of look at you and things like that, claiming it has an innocent gaze. And so it has curiosity, look around, inquisitiveness, bashful and cautiousness, rejection, can shake its head no, and comfort are its behavioral patterns. But yeah, it looks cute, but it doesn't blink. So, as it's looking around at you, and someone's wearing it. So, it's up to you. But again, weird robot thing. Just yeah. All right. So we covered those. And what do I want next? Let's go with this one because this is kind of odd. It's by a company called Copper. This is the Copper Charlie. It's an induction stove with its own battery. There's the product page. This Engadget article does a little better job explaining it. So it's weird. Also might be kind of cool. But yeah. You know. Has wooden knobs. And it has a built-in battery, so it's always powered. Digital display on it. It you can get the federal tax credit on it. So yeah, another kind of unusual, but might be okay. That little robot that looks down on your coffee or tea is adorable, but do we need it, right? Like we could get this, or we could wait. Either way, it's going to take a little time, but okay, we're getting down. Here's another strange device. This article is on TechCrunch. You'll see it on other places, but I like the TechCrunch article on it. It is the electric salt spoon. Apparently, it went on sale in Japan in 2024 for about 127 US dollars. They want to sell the device around the globe. And so, instead of adding salt to your food, you can use the spoon, which uses a weak electric current to concentrate sodium ion molecules in your food, adding stronger salt flavor to low sodium foods. So the idea is instead of adding salt, you're basically tricking your tongue into thinking that it has more of a salt taste to it. They call it the flavor enhancing electric salt spoon. by a company called Kirin. It did win the 2023 Ig Nobel Prize, if you know what that is. Let's see here. The researchers have made spoons, forks, and chopsticks that pass electric currents into food. So yeah, when you want the taste of salt without adding salt, have a spoon that you probably have to charge somehow. I don't know. It's a thing though. All right, let me do a thing here. I'm just making sure all my streams are active. Okay, yes. All right. And so we talked about the salt spoon. Another thing is a skincare mask, but man, is this creepy. I don't, nightmare fuel. We don't need it. I noped out when I saw the description, right? So let's see here. This company is called Shark, joins the high-tech skincare mask war, according to the article. That Hannibal Lecter looking mask. Yeah. Let's see here. Cryo Glow under eye cooling plus LED anti-aging and skin cleaning face mask. Yeah, no, thank you. Known as the Cryo Glow. Yeah, it's kind of horrifying. Oh, there's even a picture of the inside with all the LEDs lit up, and that too is horrifying. And then, it's even there. So further down the article, there's even a picture with it off, and that's horrifying. Like, no matter how I look at this mask, it is equally horrifying in all modes. So yeah, but hey, it's yeah, no, yep, not doing that. Okay, and I saved one of the most unusual things for last, and also because it is a hat. The EcoFlow Power Hat. Looks like Doctor Doom with too much Bondo. It does. So it's a sun hat. I get it because it has solar cells in it, but it is actually a sun hat. Where on your head. It has a battery like up in here, and I'm not sure why you would use this, especially for $130. But it has solar charging, so it has a battery pack, and then you can plug in a USB line from the brim of the hat down to the device, and then you can have a USB cord dangling in front of you to charge a device or something. I'm not sure why this is a great idea, especially for $130. But if you want a solar-powered sun hat, there you go. The EcoFlow Power Hat has you covered. And yeah, some articles kind of show off where the little solar panels are in the round bit at the brim of the hat. I mean, as far as keeping the sun out of your eyes, it'll do a fairly good job. It's just the positioning of the battery is weird, and you can cover up the battery, right? But you either have to take the hat off and plug in a thing, or you have a cable dangling down from your head. Yeah. Capture solar energy from all angles without any blind spots. Dual USB-A and USB-C ports for charging 2 devices simultaneously. UPF 50+ sun and UV protection. Up to 24% thermal to electricity conversion for a cooler wearing experience. IP65 waterproof and dustproof rated, ideal for hiking, beach trips, fishing, and outdoor activities. So yeah, adjustable hook and loop fastener for the perfect fit. So there's your rundown of all your power hat features. Low poly Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat looking trash. Excellent. All right, and a brief mention for Tom's Guide. This is one that Brian Urban Bohemian had posted in their Discord. Tom's Guide did have a rundown, a live thing of CES 2025. So if you want more of that news, there's that guide as well. I'm putting it off. But yeah, so that is all the things that were somewhat practical to us and unusual at CES 2025. There's more stuff. There were cars, and like I said, robotic vacuums. There's tons of things. Way too much to cover in one Tech Friday. But yeah, so if you saw anything this week that you really liked, let me know. Let's talk about it. Something I may have missed. Or if you want to revisit anything we talk about, please let me know. Find stuff creepy or weird, we'll talk about that too, because it's creepy and weird. So that Eco Hat will what? Charge your phone? Yes. Yep. It will. The solar panels charge a battery, and then you plug then you take a cord and plug that into your phone, and it'll charge your battery or your phone. Or your eco-friendly taser. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you could even plug it into your laptop. But I had to cover that, one, because it is just so odd. Two, it's a hat. There was a company. It's a company we all know. I just can't think of their name. They also had a solar power umbrella, so you can bring it to your beach. And there's solar powered coolers to keep things cold. And I'm double checking. But yeah, it's free time. And if you have any questions about streaming or any other tech, feel free to ask them. But if you have anything else on the CES 2025 front, Those are good ideas. I support them. That hat is bad fashion and should not be tolerated. Indeed. When did I post? New cards in MTG Arena. Ooh. Speaking of cards and card games, Bandai, being absolutely cruel to my wallet this year, has announced a Gundam card game. So this, along with the Gundam Assemble painted mini thing, let's see if I can get the Gundam Assemble link up. Of course I can. And here's the Gundam Assemble link, their new miniatures lines. We are going to be broke 2025. Thanks, Bandai. Right? Like, Leaf and I just aren't going to have spare change if we support our hobbies. But yeah. And so, you know what the mini line means? Paints and brushes. You can use the minis from the Gundam Assemble for the... Oh, man. That's... Okay. So, support my Ko-Fi. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. They made sure we couldn't escape. Right? This will be on your throne list as soon as it's all available publicly. Right now there's beta pre-orders, but for the card game, the symbol thing. I mean, you know, I've already invested in Gunpla thing. Oh, I did. Speaking of Gunpla things, and since Leaf's been doing a lot more Gunpla than I have, you probably already know about this, but I just found out about the glass eraser thing from a video. I didn't know those existed. It's kind of neat. So when you have little nubs on a piece and you want to, if you don't want to sand them down, or wait, the glass eraser was it for nubs or was it for removing ink? No, I think it was for nubs. You could use it on the piece, and the only danger is that could some discoloration might happen if you really were rough with it. But I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I might be adding that to my Gunpla kit, along with a couple other things I can't think about. I'll have to watch the video again. Yeah, because I was looking at... Oh, interesting. I have one from a kind of beginner set and always wondered what it was for. Awesome. Yeah, I was looking up videos on using the Gundam markers, because I have a lot of them. And since I completed the legs and feet on this latest Gundam model, I want to actually use the markers on the side. So I was looking at what you need to get rid of the excess paint on them, and apparently a rubber eraser will work fine, or your finger. So I'll probably just get a rubber eraser, or a toothpick can even work on getting rid of that ink. You could use rubbing alcohol, but that involves having rubbing alcohol in your room, and if you don't need the smell of rubbing alcohol around, yay. Uh, but so yeah, so toothpick and a rubber eraser, the glass eraser for nubs, and oh yeah, just your finger for getting rid of pens. But yeah, I wanted to, since there's colors, there's even to get lines that are tight. There's even, I didn't even realize this. I thought it was just a white marker, but apparently it's also it's not a white marker. It's an eraser type thing, so you can get rid of excess ink around there. And it's a different size than the other markers. I'm like, or it looks different. I was like, okay, why does this look different? I didn't understand. Then this video goes, oh yeah, no, this is if you spill some ink outside your goes outside your lines, you can use this to get rid of it. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, and I don't want to wait until I have the whole thing assembled because it'll be easier to rotate the pieces. So I think as I build the whole pieces, like the legs, the waist, the chest, the arms, I'll take the time and go through it with that. And then if there's any final touch-ups once it's assembled, I'll do those as well. But yeah, I want to kind of use markers because the tiny stickers give me so many problems just because hand size and manipulating things and the way my brain and hands talk to each other sometimes. I'd rather just use the markers to bring out some details. Harder once it's assembled. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good to know. Good to have that backup, and because that's what I was thinking. I'm going to try to use a couple of the stickers because some of them are kind of neat and do add nice detail. And in this particular kit, they actually label the stickers. They're like, okay, we consider these stickers kind of optional, and these stickers bring out important detail, like the eye sticker. I'm going to try to use that because so far the eye stickers look pretty cool. Once they're once you have the head assembled and they're on there. And I talked about this before earlier in the week. I think I've been watching Gundam Seed, which I had never seen any of it before. So I'm on the first series of Gundam Seed, and I'm really liking it. If you kind of want an introduction to Gundam, Gundam Seed's not a bad place to start. It has all the things that Gundam series have, especially after the last couple episodes. I'm like, oh, nope, it's really all here. Uh, so yeah, I'll at least get through the first series and maybe start on the second one, see if I like that. But they're typically 20-minute episodes, 27, right around 20, the half hour mark. The first season in Gundam Seed, at least the first collection on Crunchyroll, has 47 episodes. I don't know how they were released or anything, but just the Gundam Seed title before it broke out into the other Gundam Seed ones. And it's a separate timeline from the, was it the Universal timeline? Because Gundam operates in the Gundam multiverse is divided into timelines. Want to get back to watching Gundam Wing? Never finished the series when it aired on Toonami. Yeah, I enjoyed Gundam Wing. I like that. And there was that one movie, Endless Waltz. I did kind of enjoy that. Yeah. That's kind of neat to watch. That too is in a different timeline from everything. So yeah, basically the Gundam multiverse is just different timelines, and they don't really interact with each other, except for a couple of the more comedic series they have out there. They kind of do little crossovers. And I was reading there's something like, there might be more by now, but at the time of publication of the article, there was 16 Gundam series. I'm never going to watch all of them. And I don't think you can currently find Gundam Wing on streaming either. Maybe you can now. I don't know. It was hard to find current articles. Like some of what I found ended. Oh, it's on Hulu. Great, awesome. Because some of the articles I found were a couple years old and nothing was really current, and I had already known some of these changes. And I'm like, okay, and I couldn't find a real up to date article listing all the Gundam series that are actually available now this year, or from last year onward. You want to check? I really like The Witch from Mercury. That was I thought that was pretty good. Or it's Crunchyroll is where I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it just because it does go a little different than other Gundam series, and yeah, it's solid. I think so far the only Gundam series I looked at that I just could not get into was the Netflix one. I just and there was also a problem with it when it first started out. I don't know if they bothered to fix this, but the line readings were so off from the mouth movements. It was that part was off putting too. But yeah, the exclusive Gundam series to Netflix, I no couldn't get into it. But Witch from Mercury, the Netflix one is the 3D animated one. Yep, I can't remember what they call it, but uh, I went in 2 episodes and I was just like, nope, I can't do this. The 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 voices just being so far off the mouth movement. I mean, even they would switch scenes and the other character would still be talking, and it was just so distracting. So that was part of it, but I also just couldn't get into the story either. So I don't know if I'll give that another go or not. But yeah, I'm liking Gundam Seed, and also with because it's more modern storytelling as well. Because the original Gundam was 80s, maybe late 70s, and so that tends to be really of that era anime. It hits a lot of important things. There's some good stuff in it too, but for the modern audience, it might be a little slow. Um, I watched the condensed versions of the first three Gundam series, which are available as movies. They just cut together all three series as three movies, just to kind of see it. And those were enjoyable. There's some stuff that's like, oh yeah, you wouldn't put that in there today. Uh, and also it's just the animation of that time, and if you don't like it, understandable. So yeah, Gundam Seed is a good entry point into the Gundam universe. And also, like I was just saying, Witch of Mercury or Witch from Mercury is great, but it is a little different from the other Gundam series too. It just has a bit of difference that they still have some similar elements, but there's also a couple of things that aren't necessarily in some of the other Gundam shows. So yeah, Gundam Scene more lines up with what you'll see in other, well, many of the other Gundam shows. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got time to talk about whatever y'all want to. So, as long as it relates to tech in some way or video games, that's fine. Might be completing Echoes of Wisdom next week potentially. Not sure how much is left, but I know we're getting closer and closer to the end of that game. Let's see here. We got, yeah, pre-rolls will be off for long enough. Yeah, okay, I keep looking at the Gundam Assemble website, and I need to not. Oh, here is a website that I found on. It would be cool to watch all the Gundam series, but streaming and work just get in the way, right? just, just a lot. Here is a website that says, "What is Gundam?" It's from en.gundam.info, and it explains the whole thing. So, yeah, go into it. Plus, it's a great website. I should say it's a very functional website, very usable, because a lot of sites you see are sort of wikis and things like that, and a lot of text, but this has graphics and everything, and let's see up. Oh, Mobile Suit Gundam was originally broadcast in 1979. So it goes through the story, it goes through the various timelines. Ooh, it has a Gundam flow chart. Give it a try. Which Gundam series matches you? It will recommend the best series for you. Okay. I answered 3 questions, and it picked there was 3 questions for me, and the Gundam series recommended is Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Amazing. That's kind of them, right? Oh, I get it. Understood. The newest Gundam Suit anime that's going to be coming out has a strange name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's see if I can. No, I'll just have to type it in, it looks like. Okay, so. Is it? There it is. I think there was one website which gave a pronunciation, but that'll be the latest series upcoming. But yeah, it's just like you have 6 U's. What are you doing? um, but yeah. Okay, but the main Gundam that they're showing off here looks kind of awesome. Ooh, they got a gallery. And my understanding is there's going to be a theatrical release, and then which will kind of be all the episodes mashed up, and then you can watch they'll be separate episodes as well. I think that's how it's going to work. But it will definitely be a movie. But yeah, and if you're looking for Gundam, it's kind of spread all over the place. You can find quite a bit on Crunchyroll. Some of it's on Netflix. Gundam Wings on Hulu. Oh, and I did see the Marvel What If that included the Avengers in mech suits, and that episode's kind of awesome because they're in mech suits. I mean, the story's good too, but it has mech suits. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that button. There's my affiliate code for Doris. Link in bio site. Also, where I have my blog and everything else. Um, so if you're interested, check them out. Use my discount code. Save yourself some money. All right. Oh, hey. Woo. I just saw my chat over in Moonbeam. the the tip notification came in. The tips are working. So yay. Awesome. Loving that. All right. So yes, I am broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Moonbeam all at the same time using the Ada Multi-Stream plugin for OBS. Once the Stream Elements thing plugin for OBS, their multi-stream part gets out of beta, I will probably be trying that out too. And I'm really just interested in the multi-stream part. I could care less about the other stream elements things. I will be at MagicCon Chicago. I got my badge confirmed, so yay. What exactly I'll be doing there, I don't know yet, but I will indeed be there. In 3D as usual when I make convention appearances. It's a feature. Need to work on your travel stuff for MagicCon, right? Yeah, I need to get a box to put my commander deck in with the sleeves. And then I gotta make sure my portable charger is charged up and everything. But I have time. I say knowingly that I probably won't get to this stuff until the last minute. But yeah, I get to stay at my friend's house, who's like 40 minutes or so away from the convention center. So that'll be a thing. But gotta figure out my schedule because I'm potentially going down with a few friends. But my one friend does a lot of games for Baldwin Games, and she's running some there. And so we gotta figure out our schedules and then coordinate stuff for, if we have one car, when can that car come pick us up, or should we take two? And then, because my other friends aren't going to have stuff to do necessarily. Like, they're free to do whatever, but I might actually have things that to do there, and my friend's running games for who knows when. And taking an Uber or Lyft that far can get expensive. But yeah, I do get to visit, friend and his family. My other friends, they were they were notified early that we would be invading their house on those days, so they should be well prepared. For us. Yeah, he's big into wargaming, and he'll even do Civil War tours, like, take people out, and he just can rattle off any history you want of the Civil War. But yeah, he has a whole group he does wargaming with, and that's something I looked at. I'm like, not for me. Glad you love it though, but there's a lot. It was overwhelming to look at. He has a lovely space in his house that we can play board games in, should we decide to do that. And sometimes we just go down there for a board game weekend. Like, trying to think of the one game we play in. Oh, Twilight Imperium? That's a game, right? Yeah, that's one we will play for the weekend. We've played a couple different Star Wars games. We played the Dune game a couple of times. But yeah. So yeah, well, at least I know when I go down, I'll have a space to put my head and lay on a pillow. I'm not quite sure where they're going to put us all, but they do have a couple extra rooms. It's just there's going to be you know like one more of us than usual. So however that works out, but yeah, I'm looking forward to MagicCon because I get to see a lot of lovely faces there. And when I figure out what I'm doing, and if it's anything y'all can come join me in, I will let y'all know. All right. Anything else? Otherwise, we'll wrap up here. Thank you all for coming on in. I appreciate it. If you want to see any of the other stuff I liked at CES at the beginning of the show, so check out the VOD. We talked about excuse me, new microphones from not Rode. Way to forget me. Shure, and a company called Air Studio made some microphone announcements. So go back, watch the start of the VOD. That's first thing we talk about, and HDMI 2.2, and NVIDIA DLSS 4 coming to all our RTX cards from. So they'll be available on the 50 series down to the 20 series stuff. Talk about a couple handheld video game devices that were mentioned at CES as well. So if any of that's of interest, go check out the first hour of the VOD. That's all in there. And let's see who is on we can give a raid to. Let's refresh because we know Twitch doesn't like to show me current things. Let's go raid into. Let's go raid Nix. I don't get to raid Nix a lot. He raids in here, but I don't get to usually reciprocate. So let's go say hi to Nix, who is playing Sea of Thieves. As long as I can type in the handle correctly. All right. So thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, with more Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Hopefully, we finish it off next week. And I don't know what I'll play after that, but I like to get through that. We took a break because Dragon Age was out, and, well, Dragon Age is Dragon Age. And that game's a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll get into that next week. I don't know what Tech Friday will be, the topic. If there's any extra stuff from CES that has come out today, we'll talk about it. And yeah, I think that's everything. So I will see you all on Monday. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Please be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and I will see you all Monday. Stay tuned for the raid. Bye.